Hey Bhavani, Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you very much.
This is 50 crore trees, I mean 50 crore saplings. What variety, which species, what? I mean,
Sir, if you say जितने भी उनके बीजेपी का, you need to know low cost housing कितने बनाए, अलग अलग चीज जितने बनाए, 5,000 विलेज, जल युक्त शिविर, घर घर जल, आंगनवाड़ी सेविका, इकोनॉमिक बैकवर्ड कास्ट के लिए 10 लाख घर हाउसेस बना दिए
सर। अभी तक गोखले ब्रिज तो बन नहीं पाया सर।
और मार्च 31 मार्च 2023 से पहले करीबन 5 लाख घर लो कॉस्ट हाउसिंग में बना के देने वाले थे
जी।
nobody is asking these questions actually.
Where are the houses? Where? What place? And who are the beneficiaries?
Exactly.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना सर, जैसे गॉडफ्री पेमेंटा साहब इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं, उन्हीं से पूछते हैं कि यहाँ पर आप 50 करोड़ पेड़ लगा रहे हैं, न जाने और क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, और पता नहीं कितना FDI आ गया महाराष्ट्र में। मुझे तो दिखा नहीं साहब, शायद लोगों को दिखा होगा। अब गोखले ब्रिज जो है, इतना छोटा सा ब्रिज, वो नहीं बन रहा है। बड़ी अजीबोगरीब चीज़ है। गॉडफ्री साहब नमस्कार।
हाँ नमस्कार सर।
How are you sir? How are you? Always a pleasure having you on the show sir. Thank you very much. Your request to the government to reward the ISRO scientists seems to have been taken up very seriously. I believe a committee is being formed wherein the ISRO scientists are going to be rewarded, and some awards etc are being specially being worked out for them. And so congratulations. Great. That was a great idea, Gokhale Pimenta sir. Fantastic. Really proud of you. Sir, ये बताएं, यहाँ पे 50 करोड़ पेड़ लगाए गए, 5 लाख घर बनाए गए, और पता नहीं क्या क्या और कुछ हुआ। क्या है वो 32 करोड़ पर किलोमीटर खर्च हुआ बॉम्बे गोवा हाईवे पर। तो गोखले ब्रिज नहीं बन रहा सर हमसे, मतलब ये क्या हो रहा है सर? मतलब हम तो चांद तक पहुंच गए हैं। वी हैव रीच्ड द मून, वी आर रीचिंग द सन, एंड वी आर नॉट एबल टू मेक अ स्मॉल ब्रिज इन अंधेरी। गॉडफ्रे साहब क्या हो रहा है?
नहीं सर, यहाँ पे दिस इज द टोटल फेलियर ऑफ द इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ द मुंबई म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन। अगर आप गोखले ब्रिज की बात करें सर, दिस इज द ईस्ट वेस्ट कनेक्टर ब्रिज।
Yes.
As a school kid, I have been using this bridge since 1975 onwards. This bridge was in the perfect health because apart from a partial collapse of this bridge in the year 2018, and that too because of number of cables were laid in an unscientific manner, and because of that weight of the cable, the part of the bridge came crashing down on the railway tracks, and maybe 1 or 2 persons, I think so, lost their lives. Now the BMC was aware of the health of this bridge since 2018 onwards. The BMC planners have completely failed to start the reconstruction of the bridge in 2018 onwards, sir.
Yes.
What they have done, they have partially constructed the bridge on the western side of the existing bridge. They have constructed a new bridge on the eastern side of this bridge, and both the bridges are now lying as a white elephant, sir. This is the complete failure of the planning. Today, if you visit the Andheri area, particularly Teligalli side, you'll see the brand new bridge. This morning only I managed to take a photograph, but I missed to take the video as to how the brand new bridge, which is standing as a white elephant, sir.
How could this happen? Godfrey, do explain to us. We are otherwise very good at all this, and building a bridge should rightfully be, the easiest thing in the world for the BMC. Why are they doing this?
No, sir. What the problem is, the contractor and the corrupt, bureaucratic setup nexus, which is responsible for the kind of difficulties we citizens face. Now, if you had awarded this contract of laying the bridge over the railway without affecting the railways, because there are always, almost on daily basis, there are 500 services running below this bridge without disturbing the frequency of the train in any manner whatsoever. If you had awarded the contract to the Army Engineering Corps, I think so they could have laid this bridge in less than 6 months.
Yes, just like they did with the Elphinstone Bridge, if you remember.
Yes, they could have, laid this bridge in less than 6 months, and the Army Engineering Corps has proved this point by laying the Elphinstone Bridge, which had collapsed
Within 3 months.
within 3 months.
Yes.
Sir, what is happening is the politicians take the lead as if they know each and every nuances of the construction, and every time there are new deadlines given that the bridge will reopen in the month of November, then the deadline is extended to December 23, and now we hear that this bridge will open somewhere in middle of 2024. This shows that there is a total lack of planning on the part of the concerned officials. There is no proper supervision happening. Why day to day, whenever you are doing any construction work, there is something called monthly progress reports are requested by the concerned officials. These monthly progress reports are never sought. What is where the things are lacking, and I believe that there are some structures which are affecting are coming in the path of this new bridge. But the new bridge has already been constructed, and the old bridge, if it has been these structures are getting affected, BMC has a stock of PAP tenements. They can easily relocate this affected tenement. It doesn't require a rocket science. But what is lacking is the political will. Today there is a state of flux in the democratic setup in the government. The government constituents are fighting among themselves to save their skin. Horse trading, all kinds of things are going on. But the people who have elected this political representative are not doing their job. They are not questioning the concerned official. Why the concerned official should not be sacked for dereliction of duty? Why the public should be put to inconvenience? Now,
not just inconvenience, that's horrible. I believe the traffic signals around are absolutely terrible. What is going on right now? And from the latest report, as you said, from the latest report, I have been told that now permission has been given to get rid of those 20 or 40 structures which are there. So why couldn't they do it earlier? I don't understand this.
November 2022, the bridge was closed for traffic. November 22. So all this planning should have been done at least 3 to 6 months earlier.
Yes.
They should have drawn the proper roadmap for construction, rehabilitation, procurement, etc. Here all these things get stuck in the bureaucratic setup, because today for 1 year there are no corporators, so there is no godfather for them to question in the corporation why these things are getting delayed. So today it is the total chaos, sir. And to top it up now, the BMC has recently issued a tender for demolition of 3 bridges in Andheri West area, Jogeshwari West area. Now imagine if these 3 new old bridges which are there in the Andheri West area, they will compound the problem, sir, for the residents of the Andheri West.
Yes.
So total lack of planning, sir. Total lack of planning.
Godfrey, we need to understand, apart from this Gokhale Bridge, we are always talking about the Gokhale Bridge. We have done a couple of programs out in Gokhale Bridge also, where they think the Guardian Minister, Mr. Mangal Prabhat Lodha, probably came and visited, but nothing seems to be happening. Is the BMC, another bridge that everybody is talking about is at Lalbagh Parel. There's a bridge connecting Lalbagh Parel. There, and most of the Ganpatis are coming from there. There also the work is totally behind schedule, nothing is happening. Now we come to the conclusion, is the BMC really competent in making the most elementary bridges? This is the talk. Then you talk about 50,000 plus, 50,000 crore plus budgeted BMC, and you don't have a proper infrastructure in place to see that they can make these kind of bridges. Why is there a delay? Godfrey ji, आप क्या देखते हो? ये delay किस लिए हो रहा है? पैसे की तो कमी है ही नहीं. And Mumbai being Mumbai, I don't think BMC can't afford the biggest of architects or who is concerned where construction of bridges are concerned. What is happening? Why is it not being fulfilled?
So there is no accountability of the BMC administration, whether to the the elected representatives. The elected representatives are only on the PR exercise. They are coming to the side showing that yes, we are concerned. But why are you not raising this issue in the assembly? Why are you not asking for the sacking of the concerned officials? Unless and until you don't punish the incompetent officials, the things will go on like this for centuries, sir.
Sir, the fact remains that as far as the assembly is concerned, if you take a look at the Vidhan Sabha, hardly any issue with regard to Mumbai is ever raised. In the last 3 or 4 sessions, there has not been even one question on Mumbai. Godfrey sir.
Then absolutely right, sir. The politicians are only busy celebrating the festivals, whether it is the Ganpati festival or whether it is a Navratri or you name the festivals, all the banners are plastered all over the city. They are only for self-glorification without being concerned with the public causes.
But actually speaking, Godfrey sir, what Pradeep ji just mentioned, this is the simplest of tasks. This Gokhale bridge, rightfully speaking, November 2022 was when the traffic was stopped over there. The bridge should have been up and running by July, August this year. Now I believe the deadline has been shifted to December. There also, it all depends upon the mega block of the railways. How many times the railways will do the mega block so that the pillars can be placed around the tracks. Got it, sir?
Sir, mega blocks normally happen only on Sundays, sir.
Yes.
So if they are planning mega blocks, I recollect that there was a coordination committee set up when this entire bridge was closed for traffic in November 2022. What happened to that coordination committee? Why this issue is coming so belatedly at this point of time about the mega block? Why the BMC slept over the matter? Why they did not plan earlier, prior to closure, that okay, on so and so date we will have this mega block, on so and so the girders will be is, so total apathy, total lack of planning.
और एक और चीज अपने दर्शकों को बता दें, let me tell our viewers, apparently the girders were being forged somewhere in Haryana, and because that area was underwater because of very heavy rains about 1.5-2 months ago, as a result of which the delivery of the girders was delayed by over 2 months. That's another excuse, by the way. So, Godfrey साहब ये बताएं, don't you think even now they can hand it over to the army? The Army Corps of Engineers will do it. I can tell you within the next 3-4 months, the bridge will be ready.
Sir, forget the BKC bridge. In 6 months they have constructed, which was left incomplete. There were 3 or 4 bridges where BKC is concerned. Though it was not over the railway tracks, but it was there. I mean, you had these things. If they can
Godfrey साहब बताएं.
Sir,
Can we hand it to the Army Corps of Engineers now?
Sir, it is a mystery that the contractor, the girders had to be procured as far as from Haryana.
Yes.
Maharashtra being number 1 industrial state in the country.
Yes.
Have number of mini plants, steel plants here in and around, you can say Pune. The steel required, there are number of what you call iron yards set up all around Mumbai, Darukhana and elsewhere also. Because I also come from the steel industry, I am aware that this can be procured. Why there is no plan B? If the flood what happened, that factory got destroyed in Haryana, say for sake of argument, why there is no plan B action in place for procurement of these crucial girders? This is all all the lethargic attitude of the officials.
But
That
has there been any explanation so far, Godfrey sir, as to why the steel girders had to be procured from Haryana? Wow, it was weapons grade steel? क्या मतलब उसका टैंक बनाना था, क्या बनाना था सर वो
Aircraft grade.
जरा बताएं सर.
no, sir, that is a mystery. That we had to procure this. It is not your sending some Chandrayaan to
Ji.
moon that require a special.
That is faster actually.
That is faster.
तो ये तो अभी क्या लगता है गॉडफ्री साहब आपको ये ब्रिज कब तक बनेगा सर, बनेगा भी कि नहीं बनेगा?
ये अगर ऐसा ही चलता गया तो another 1 year the Mumbaikars will have to suffer.
Only 1 year?
Yes, that is the bare minimum I am saying. Because the way the things are moving, every now and then the deadline is getting shifted. Earlier it was October, then November, then they were talking December, and suddenly today, I think so, I heard somewhere that it is even being shifted to June 24. So
June
that is
2024.
a very long period that, this kind of a small structure, I know that the trains are passing below, there are 5,000 services there, but you should have taken the competence of the required agencies who are expert in this field.
Yes.
Why the expertise is not being used? Because there is always in every BMC tender there is a cut, and they don't want agencies to get involved where they will not be able to get their cut. This is the sole reason. The corruption is the sole reason.
Godfrey sir, this bridge, by the way, sorry to bring this up.
Sir, the number of people who have lost their lives,
Yes.
because I have been attending now the Navina at Irla. I remember, sir, the ambulance are getting stuck in the traffic jam.
Yes.
Ambulance daily leading to Cooper and other hospitals in the area. They are least bothered of the inconvenience caused to the, because in the normally what happens, there is something called golden hour. In golden hour, if the patient doesn't reach the hospital to get the required medical attention,
He or she usually dies. Yes.
this is life.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Godfrey, see, now we are
No,
trying to
one second,
understand
Pradeep
the whole place is into total development mode. इतना 14 metro lines और जो आप बोलेंगे आयरोली, खटाई, टलन, नखा, नवी मुंबई इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, बुलेट ट्रेन, coastal हमारा BKC is full of digging and trenching and whatever you call it. Now so many projects are happening. None of them going through the time zone that within this things have to be, it has to be. One Gokhale bridge has been, hurting the entire suburbs of Mumbai since years continuously, and
5 years.
and continuously I was seeing the whole Mumbai is up and development. Now what do you see? It's only a BMC project that are being affected, or entire other mega projects also being affected? Because we are seeing the suburbs, Gokhale bridge, कब से चल रहा है ये आंदोलन करके लोग सड़क पर उतरे, लोग हंगामा कर दिया, मगर सरकार का कुछ नहीं, nobody is bothered, and now you can't blame various agencies because center भी वही है, state भी एक ही सरकार है, and BMC also is remote controlled by the BJP government. Why is it not happening?
Sir, the thing I will blame the head of the state, that is the chief minister. The chief minister is responsible for running the affairs of the state and the local planning authorities. As a supervisory body under section 162 of the Maharashtra Town Planning Act, you have the authority to issue necessary directions to all the planning authorities, whether MMRDA, BMC, SRU, name the agency, you have the authority. But rarely any direction to that effect, to my knowledge, has been issued by the chief minister till date to any of these planning authorities as far as the infrastructure projects are concerned. Whenever such infrastructures, projects are being constructed anywhere, any part of the world, sir, I have traveled all over the world and I have seen that they do the planning meticulously, the area is properly cordoned, the roads are properly extended, so the traffic does not get affected. Sir, lately I'll tell you, there is a bridge which is being constructed on the Western Express Highway, small bridge, not even I think so, maybe about 100 meter in length, 100 meters, sir. Now this bridge, the work has started on the Western Express near Kandivali almost a year back, and the project is limping, I think so, just like, it is crawling actually. I think so the tortoise will also run faster than the pace of this construction. There are serpentine queues right from Kandivali to what you call Kalanagar Junction every day in the evening. Lakhs of what you call petrol is getting wasted. People are getting stuck. The politicians are less bothered now. The Ganpati festival will be around. They will be going to the various pandals visiting. Why don't you visit such kind of projects? We have elected you to monitor such kind of project, to
But
question the
Dr. Saab,
authorities, to question the officials.
जी, Gokhale साहब ये बताएं. Now this is something which I heard over here, right here. One of our environmentalist friends had actually come up with this. When I had asked about the Mithi River, Pradeep ji and I had asked about the Mithi River, they said the Mithi River cleanup will never get done because that is a permanent cash cow.
Source of income.
So every year you get at least 500 to 1000 crores from cleaning up the Mithi River. So if you clean it up, where will the money come from? So it never gets cleaned up. Is something similar happening to these bridges?
So
Dr. Saab?
majority of the infrastructure projects are milking cows for the corrupt officials and the corrupt politicians. Every infrastructure project you see gets delayed, then there is a cost escalation.
Yes.
And you know the cost escalation is not minuscule amount, it is runs into crores of taxpayers' money.
Hundreds of crores.
Hundreds of crores.
Yes.
Why should the taxpayer pay the burden of this escalation in the cost? That is the $1 million question. Now I am coming to Sir Mithi River. You raise a good pertinent. This Mithi River, at least in my lifetime, it will never be cleaned.
Yes.
I don't know how long I live, but at least I can guarantee you that this river will never get cleaned. The reason I'll tell you, sir, I was personally present when the mayor had gone on the banks of the Mithi River at BKC. Number of BMC officials were there. They hired a barge and they showed to the mayor that the filth, that is the what you call muck, is being removed from the riverbed and then it is being put in the barge. This was only a photo shoot operation just to show the mayor as to
We
how.
see it from our window, sir.
Sir, I was in my car. I took the photograph and I went towards the what you call Bandra Worli Singh, and when I went through my mobile phone, I noticed that I could not get the video. So I asked my driver, let us go back to the same spot. Within 15 minutes, I was on the same spot. The barge had disappeared. The officials had disappeared. So the barge was bought there. This was just prior to the monsoon season, just for the sake of photo op. So the removal of this what you call mud or filth from the Mithi River is an annual looting exercise since the flooding of 2005 sir onwards, and this will continue.
And you know, Godfrey ji, you had that's why you are protesting. You said ये सब नहीं हो रहा है. आप मनोरी सुख शांत से सब लोग गुराई विलेज में बसा हुआ है और वहां पर आप मनोरी ब्रिज ओवर द क्रीक खाड़ी के ऊपर से ब्रिज बनाना चाहते हो. And then you'll start it and then it'll be an endless venture. Oh, कभी खत्म होंगे, कभी होगा. You'll disturb the entire, villages out there. The desalination plant, Uttam dumping ground, ro jetty, ropeway, metro project, ये pond build. तो ये सब लेके you're going to disturb the peace of Gorai, Manori. That's what you're protesting against.
Sir, today I am the Asli Mumbaikar, son of the soil, born and brought up here. I have stayed in an area called Morol. The area what was there 50 years ago is completely in 50 years ago there was a single vehicle entering my locality. Today there are hundreds and hundreds of vehicles and the life has become so terrible for an ordinary man. You know, there is no peace everywhere. Garbage, illegally parked vehicles, hawkers occupying. There is no charm left now. In Mumbai, Mumbai is not no more the same which was 50 years ago. And Gora area, which is the virgin, unspoiled, untouched area, is to bring this kind of large kind of infrastructure projects for the so-called development. It will lose its tranquility. It will lose its what you call heritage, which is you know the Gokhale culture which is there. Everything will be wiped out for all times to come, sir.
It will become as bad as the rest.
And there's no time limit. You don't know it's going to take 10 years or 50 years, 20 years.
Or maybe 50 years.
Yes, the sole purpose of developing this area and getting infrastructure project is the proximity to sea. Sir,
Yes.
coastal area commands premium. Majority of the builders have bought the land there, including the one of the minister whose name the Honorable MLC Bhai Jagtap he did not raise in the assembly, but he says when the time will come, I will reveal the name of that concerned minister in the present government who was trying to swallow large tracts of land in this Dharavi Bed area. So this is not people-centric development; it is developer-centric development, and which we are opposing. That development.
You mean
has to-
developer-centric exploitation,
Yes.
not development.
Yes.
Godfrey Saab, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure listening to you, even though what you have to say is usually very, very shocking. But it is the truth. But we're all very proud of you and proud of the work that you are doing. But
Thank you.
very frankly, I think perhaps we should all get together and move a petition in the High Court or somewhere and ask that perhaps the Army Corps of Engineers, our sappers, should be asked to take over the completion of the Gokhale Bridge so that all of us can get some relief, because this is terrible, absolutely terrible.
Sir,
What
if
is
it
happening?
doesn't happen in another month's time, we'll have a unique kind of morcha, and I will reveal maybe in the next program that what kind of morcha that will be. Now enough is enough. If the authorities are not accountable, then they should be shown doors, sir.
Absolutely. We agree with you entirely. Godfrey Saab, thank you so much. Really and truly proud of the work you're doing. And we are very proud that you're our friend and that you appear on Nation Now. Thank you very much. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you. Pradeep, what he meant about that dredging, we have seen so many times. That guy who's dredging, he just picks up that mud from one place and shoves it onto the other within the same river. He does not even put it on the river bank.
Sir, no, I am concerned about when are we going to have a system that is accountable? Because in the current political scenario, nobody seems to be bothered about these things.
Yes, no.
आप शिकायत किसके पास लेके जाओगे?
Correct.
किसी को कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है. They're just thinking about how to win the next 2024 elections, and everything is planned and full time is occupied. आज भी सब तीनों the CM and two deputy CM were busy with their own things. ये चीज कौन करेंगे? And the local bodies तो है ही नहीं. पूरे महाराष्ट्र में जितने भी local bodies are, they're not working, they're not functioning, they're dissolved. So ultimately you got these three gentlemen, the chief minister and two deputy chief ministers in charge of everything, and then nothing is working.
So
nothing.
whom do you go to?
The
only thing that you can do is maximum go to the courts and perhaps hope for a favourable order, which may or may not come. And then that costs money. That costs money, that costs time, that costs a lot of labour. In effect, what Godfrey was saying, very, very important. Why do we have to fight for something which ought to be a right? It's a right. And what Mr. Hemant Kamble said, जो इंजीनियर हैं आपके चीफ इंजीनियर जो हैं और बाकी जो असिस्टेंट इंजीनियर हैं, they have to check the quality of the road. That is your responsibility. That's why you are employed as a chief engineer and as a deputy engineer. And if you're not doing your job, then the compensation has to come from your pocket. I agree with him entirely. I entirely agree with him.
Who's going to enforce it, sir? I mean, the point is who's going to enforce it?
Well, if the MNS holds a proper mocha, one never knows. After all, they did get the government to apologize for the lathi charge and the Marathas. One never knows. One can only hope. Khair, that's just about it for tonight's show. आप अपने comments भेजते रहें. We'll read them out. And do be kind enough to subscribe to the channel. अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने कमेंट ज़रूर भेजें. We'll try and read out as many as possible. आज के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही. प्रदीप जी और मेरी तरफ से आप सब लोगों को नमस्कार. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी. वंदे मातरम.
Vande Mataram.
जय भारत.